What is up? What is up, YouTube? I kind of wanted to make this video today because I wanted to talk about perseverance. You're new in this YouTube space, possibly. Or you've been here for a while, possibly. And you're frustrated. Can't figure out how to get subscribers. Videos aren't getting views. You've tried several different methods of SEO, getting your titles, your descriptions, hashtags, keywords. You've done it all. And it just seems like it's not moving the needle, right? I'm in your situation. But I've also ran another YouTube channel before, and I know that the grind is rough, right? The grind is rough. Other channel, I think I have around 12,000 subs. And that channel's kind of dead because I killed it, right? I killed it. And I understand why, how I did that involuntarily. But in this space, I'm trying to change that. And I've actually fallen in love with the grind. I think what we have to do is you have to take a step back and stop looking at your competition. Technically, they're not even your competition because nobody knows who you are yet. So to have a rival means that you have to have two people that recognize that they could fuck each other up or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's a rival. Like, but you're gonna beat them. In this space, man, you gotta you have to fall in love with the grind. Because if you don't fall in love with the grind, you're not gonna be able to appreciate the bag or the payoff or the success. You also have to measure success for yourself. I'm sitting at 210 subscribers. I like to call them supporters because you guys truly do support. You could look at this and say 210 subscribers is nothing. What the fuck is that? 210 is the area code for my city. I think that's pretty cool. Also, what I thought about is I have 215 people that care about my content enough to press subscribe. So now I have 210 people that I am obligated to entertain. Not in the sense of like I have to or I'm going to lose something. Just that I have recognized that other people recognize that what I'm doing is somewhat important to them. They're getting some value out of what I'm doing. And to me, that's all I care about. When I make videos, I want people to get value. When I started my motovlogging channel, if you go look at it, half the videos starting out were me working on my Harley. Because the whole theme was, I got up when I was like, you know what, I'm getting this started. I don't care. I was like, I'm going to rebuild my Harley. And I'm gonna document it, and then I'm gonna ride this motherfucker after I finish fixing it. And I still have my Can-Am, and I was riding on my Can-Am. I was just like, I have all the tools. I just have to start creating again. And I stopped creating for quite a while. I credit the motorcycle community just on getting me back to creating. Because like I said, it wasn't until I got my Can-Am that I was just like, I'm gonna start making content for my Can-Am Riker. And I started doing it. Kind of got me back into it. So if you look at those videos, it's just videos of me fixing my shit, doing some riding. But I felt like those videos had value. Now, if you look at those videos now, the views aren't very high. But I know as an enthusiast myself, that when I wanted to know what mod, has anybody done this mod to this Sportster before, I go to YouTube. Somebody has had to done it before. Somebody's done it before, and I'm gonna find it, right? So I think in terms like that. If I make a video on how to, I made a video on how to restore your Sportster gas tank. It may not be valuable right now, but it's going to be valuable to somebody who needs that information. How did he do it? That video is always going to be there. So it may not get 1 million hits today, but it might get 1 million hits later this year. In 5 years. You never know, right? I've had videos do that before where they've gone somewhat viral on my other channel. They've gone somewhat viral, but it happened over time. Because at the time it wasn't that, I guess, hot, but later on it was. So, yeah, man. I'm going to make the kind of content that I want. I hope you guys are here for it, man. It's just a crazy time we're in, dude. It's a crazy time we're in. Wow. Anyways, I would just say, guys, just start, right? Because like I said, man, 210 of you, I'm grateful for it every day. I really am. And to see it increase makes me even more happy. And it motivates me more to think about what type of content I'm creating and who it's going to be for. And all I want to do is that I'm going to end up breaking these down into different playlists, because when you do come to this platform, I want you to be able to kind of navigate it a little more easily. I want you to be able to see the playlist and say, okay, well, this playlist is going to be talking about these types of things. I'm not interested in those types of things, so I'm not going to really be clicking on those playlists. I like when he talks about or does these types of things. So, you know what I mean? Like, I want to break it up like that, so I'm not necessarily lumping everybody in with everybody else, right? I want it to be kind of clear cut, understood what content is what and where it's at and where you need to go to get it, right? I'm not going to create separate channels to do that anymore. It's so stupid. Like, it's dumb, right? So that's what we're going to do. 210. I am absolutely happy. Again, it's all about engagement for me. I care about the engagement. I don't necessarily care about the numbers. I care about the engagement. I want to engage. I would love a video with 100 views and 30 comments. You know what I mean? Comments mean that people cared. People care. Do you? Click the fucking subscribe button. But anyways, guys, I'm serious, man. I'm serious. Like, you guys need to hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification. We're trying to do big things, man. Like I said, 2025 is our year, right? Think about what type of content you want to create and how you want to execute it. Guys, look, I'm not going to be doing fucking wheelies and hoonigan shit. I'm not going to be cutting people off, riding down the shoulder, kicking people's mirrors off their car. I'm not going to be doing a lot of dumb shit that I see a lot of people in the community doing. I've seen some dumb shit for people just wanting views. I'm just not going to do it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. Like, you're not paying me to be stupid, right? You're not paying me to be stupid. So why am I going to be stupid? So like I said, guys, like, this is our year. What I plan to do this year is, at first I was kind of like I've been looking at the community and I've been trying to figure out like what it is I really like, what I really want to create. So it's kind of been a kind of feeling out process. Again, we tend to imitate our competition, or we tend to imitate the people that we do follow. And one thing I realized really quickly is that it's very hard to duplicate what other people are doing, because everybody's not doesn't have the same financial and they don't share the same financial and environmental circumstances, right? Some people have more money than others. Some people have less than others, right? Some creators in the space have multiple motorcycles. Some creators only have one. Some creators have leader bikes. Some creators have 300 cc's motorcycles. I've seen successful channels on both ends of the spectrum. So it doesn't necessarily matter about what you ride. It's about who's behind the camera or the personality behind the voice, right? I thought that I wanted to go to every car meet, to every motorcycle event. I wanted to meet all these people and do all these things. And I do. But I wanted to do that in terms of my content. And what I realized is that doesn't necessarily make me happy. I don't want to just go chase these things for the sake of content, because it's not fun, right? If I go to an event, I want to go to the event because I want to be there, not because I need to be there to get content. And so since it's gotten colder, I have not been going to the bike nights here locally, simply because they've changed them around. You know, there's been some circumstances where they've changed things and whatnot, but generally, I wanted to focus on the type of content, the solo content that I want to make. A lot of people get caught up in the feeling like they need other people to make content, right? Some people, true. You have some people that just won't ride. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. Some of you won't even ride unless your buddy or the person in your group says, hey, anybody riding today? If nobody says that, some of you won't ride at all. You know who you are. You know who you are. I used to be one of those people. When I first started, I didn't want to ride unless my friends were riding. And I developed an anxiety for riding solo that I didn't even realize until it was too late that I hated it. At one point, I hated my motorcycle. I was like, I hate riding. If I don't have anybody to ride with, I don't want to ride at all. And that was horrible. A lot of you are like that. A lot of you are like that. You will not ride unless you have other people to ride with. And that's because you got into riding because somebody else enjoyed riding. And truly, that's how I got into riding. My friends were riding motorcycles. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I wanted to be with them when they did it. And then I realized really quickly that I didn't really enjoy riding solo until I learned how to. This year, It's going back to the basics, man. I just simply want to enjoy my machine and focus on the type of content that I want to create. And you're going to get a lot of that, right? You're going to get a lot of that. You're going to get a lot of that for sure. You're going to get a lot of that for sure, right? Because it's all about you being creative. It's all about you offering something different that nobody else is doing. And maybe somebody else is doing it, and maybe they're doing it better, or maybe they're just nobody's discovered it yet, right? What other plans do I have this year? This year, I do have plans for this bike. The suspension is going to be set on this bike, and I definitely I'm going to create the content around that, the build series on this bike. That's going to continue since we have the bike, but we're going to do the suspension. I have the sprocket chain and the cart. Need the lowering link. Probably going to go with the Brocs. Bar ends are going to be changed out. I'm going to keep the grips for now, but we're going to get some lever protectors. Here, I got those in the cart. They're going to go on the ends here. The bike handlebars, I get those in. And I think what I'm going to end up doing, I think I have an exhaust leak. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, honestly, I don't necessarily want to do it because I had this slip on, right? I got this slip on. And there's nothing wrong with the slip on. I feel like I just need a gasket for the headers. Like, I feel like I need to order a gasket or something, or just... I have been mulling around with the idea of just getting a completely new exhaust system. More than likely keeping M4, but going with a titanium exhaust. I don't know. Here's the reason being is why I don't want to spend thousands at one time on this motorcycle. The other plan that I have, hopefully this year, is to add an adventure bike or another bike, period. Again, the 450 Moto. The CF Moto 450 MT is my number one choice as of right now. The R9, strong second choice. Or the CF Moto 675 is a strong choice. It's going to more likely be a sub-liter bike because the price point, the payments of which I'm willing to pay, those bikes fit in that area. You can have hella fun on them. So I don't necessarily want to spend 3 G's on new rims. I want core moto rims, but it's going to be like 3 G's. Once you add the ceramic wheel bearings and whatnot, it's like $3,000 off the rip. A new exhaust, automatically $1,100 or more. If you want pure titanium, you're going to be spending like $1,800 or more. So it's like kind of like one of those things where it's like when I see like, damn, spend 4 G's on some rims, a new exhaust system, or could I put that 4 G's on a new bike? Or 4 G's into paying this bike off or down. So that way, if something were to come up where I find, my dream bike, S1000 or something, at a decent price, that $4,000, putting that $4,000 to pay it down, just gave me about $6,000 of positive equity, on this trade-in. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about it in terms like that too. So I'm thinking about it in terms like that too. But man, 2025, dude, like I'm telling you, man, like I've just been I just had a really big, huge burst of creativity within this last week, and I'm just on the go, man. I'm just on the go. I just want to make content, right? I've had this Volkswagen ID4. Let's see. Shit. Well, I can't turn it around, but whatever. I've had okay, there we go. Like, I've had this car and I'm like, this is one of the coolest cars ever. I have never done a review on it. I need to do one. That's the tech guy in me. But anyways, man, like, this is the year, man. Like, I created a new intro yesterday. These things are not necessary for you to grow your channel. They help. That's another thing I want to talk about. Yeah, since we're talking about that this year, we're talking about creating this year and the importance of subscribers and you guys just helping, period, and how I want to blow up. I say blow up in terms of, I've noticed some growth. I never really look at YouTube analytics, and I probably should more, but I started looking, man, and I was actually really surprised. I didn't even realize that my videos were starting to catch traction. I did notice it, but I didn't notice when. At some point, I looked and I started noticing that a lot of my videos, like the shorts, were getting like 300, 400, 500 plus views. But then I started noticing it consistently, like almost every short, almost the same thing. And I'm starting to think to myself, damn, when did that happen? So last night I started looking and I was just like, whoa. It's been doing this since like last September. And I never really even noticed because I've been in such a space where I don't care necessarily about the numbers. Like, I'm not looking and just oodling over the numbers. Like, I just been posting, scheduling, posting, scheduling, posting, scheduling. You know what I mean? Like creating, editing, scheduling. And so when something releases, I don't necessarily go back and like necessarily look at it. I look at the snapshot. Like, if a video that I had scheduled to release today comes out, I look at it throughout the day because it's on the dashboard. I just look at it. And then the next day, a new video comes and that snapshot of that video is gone. So it's out of sight, out of mind for me. And that's how I've been looking at it. So I've been gauging my activity based on my dashboard like that, looking at it like, oh, okay, well, this video got 50 views today. You know what I mean? Like, so what I've been noticing is that the long format content, which is like my videos that are like 10 minutes plus, those videos are still getting like low views, anywhere from like 30 to 100 plus sometimes, right? Over time, not like right away on release. Whereas, like I said, the shorts are getting like 500 plus views. So it's telling me that I'm doing something right. The YouTube algorithm is putting me out there. I've had actually some friends from Instagram tagging me and posting saying, hey, look who showed up on my feed today. And it's me. And so I think it's pretty cool that I'm seeing the progress, right? I'm seeing the progress. And that's one of the biggest, that's part of the magic of YouTube, though, when you are a creator. It is bittersweet in the beginning, right? And you should never despise humble beginnings. Don't ever despise your humble beginnings, right? It's discouraging when, if I were to look at it like this, 210 subscribers, I don't even have enough to be monetized yet. This is so discouraging, right? That's what people would think. Some people. I don't care about that, right? My motivation to make these videos is not the monetization. It's not the monetization. Because whether I'm getting monetized or not, I'm still creating. It's an added bonus to get monetized, right? My goal ultimate goal this year is to be monetized, or is to get that level of completion. My goal for YouTube is to get this channel to the point where it is monetized. 4,000 or 3,000 watch time hours, and some other ridiculous things to me. And I think it's ridiculous, but that is the rules for YouTube, and we're going to try to follow them and beat them. And I can only do that with your help. I can only do that if you're interested in the content. So that is the goal ultimately. Now, will we make any money from it? Nah, probably not. You know, it's whatever. Like, I'm doing this full time, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I view what I'm trying to do with this channel. Is I'm going to make content whether you like it or not. I got so much going on that this is the perfect time for me right now. So yeah, we got big plans, man. You got big plans. We're going to try to be more social this year. We're going to try to make we're going to really try to collaborate this year. I got some people that I want to collaborate with. Got some locals that I want to collaborate with. It hasn't really happened yet. The weather's kind of bad for Texans right now. I get it. Today is sunny. We're going out on the bike today. I got a new camera though. We got to get some footage. So, it is what it is. But we're going to try to do big things. Like I said, we're going to be more social. We're going to try to get out to some more events. And like I said, I want to meet more people in person. We got to figure out a way to trailer this bike. I got to figure out a way to trailer this bike, man. I got to figure out a way, because I want to take the bike to places, right? I want to take the bike out to places and be able to ride with other people versus just going out and, showing up to a Texas Superbike event with no bike. I want to ride, damn it. I don't want to just show up to a Dainese event just to say what's up to you guys. I want to be able to ride as well. So, we'll see how it goes, but that's what I want to do, man. Like, you have to really just start, guys. Look, I'm not saying that I'm going to be, as big as some of these other channels. Like, I'm not saying that at all.